people, please be careful how you buying property in Jamaica from some people, right? Some people have inheritance property and selling the property, and the person who they use for a agent to sell the property, they are scammers, right? So please, I'm telling you this, right? Be careful of these people that are selling property in Jamaica. Because if you buy an inheritance property, right, we don't go through proper procedure, right, that property is not yours. Basically, if a person have an inheritance property, right, say for instance the mom and the dad pass away, right, they pass over the property, whether they give you a will, right, once the name is not on the title, you cannot sell the property without you go through proper procedure. Which the proper procedure, you have to get a lawyer to put it into the court, right? So if it doesn't go into the court, there's no way you can sell that property, right? Because that classifies as inheritance property. So it have to go through the court where they have to take off the giant tenant name on the title, right? So your name can be on that title as the tenant for the title. So if it does go to the court, right, there's no way you can sell that property, right? So be careful, people, how you like buying property in Jamaica, because there's a lot of people selling property that the property doesn't in their name. The property is into dead people name, which is whether the uncle, the father, the mother, right? And once a name is on the title and that person pass away, the property cannot sell, right? Because if the property should sell, it have to go through the court, which it have to go through proper procedure in the court, and to get that name off the title, because it's called tenant on the title, right? So if that tenant pass away, there's no way you can sell that property, right? So be careful, people, how you like buying property in Jamaica, because you have people scam people from left, right, and center. There's many ways to classify people as a scammer, right? Some people think to say, well, yes, you have to get people money, like taking money from people like this, or telling people rubbish, right, and then obtain money on a false pretend. No, many ways to scam people. Many ways you have to scam people, and many ways you can classify a person as a scammer, and this is a scam, right? A lady told me about a property in Jamaica, selling by retreat. When I contact the person who putting out the property to sell, claimed to say that she's the owner back in Britain, right? When I spoke to her, she said, all right, she's gonna take my name, which she received my number by calling her. All right, she took my name. What she did, she passed my name on to a lady, classifies that she's the agent, right? When I call that lady who acting as the agent, I asked her some question. I said to her, no, she called me and I missed the call and I returned back the call. I say to her, you're the one selling the property? She said, yes. I said, how much property valued? She said, they want $28 million for the property. I say, does the property value? She said, no, the property didn't value it. I said, so if the property don't value, oh, you know that the property value $28 million. She said, do you want the property? I said, yes, I would like to buy the property, but I would want to view the property. Which she didn't know that I see whatsoever, yeah, what the property looked like, because I have someone who sent the pictures into me, right? I didn't say that to her. She said to me, she gonna send me a documents, a form to fill out. We have to go through procedure, fill out that form, and I have to show that I have the collaterals to buy the property. And say, no, you tell me rubbish. That's not how property sell, right? I have to have my lawyer, plus the person who's selling the property have to have their lawyer, right? Which they have to draw up a sales agreement, which if I'm going through the bank is going to send them one valuator to follow this property, right? And if the bank send their one valuator to value this property, right, and the property only valued $12 million, right, that's what the bank is going to pay, right? So you're not gonna get $28 million. And if the bank say, the valuator that go there and say, okay, all right, it's more than $28 million, yes, That's what you're going to get, more than 28 million, right? She said to me, say, oh, me need to see collaterals to show that you can buy it. I said, what you tell me that is rubbish? That's a scam. What you want to see my statement for? That's a scam. Which part of your people buying property and people have to send statement to them to show that yes, they can buy the property? That's a scam. That's a highway scam. Because there's many ways people scam people, right? Because this don't even reach, not even in America, it doesn't reach in Jamaica. And I see this happening in Britain from 2004. 2004, this happened in Britain, where they call it quoting. Once a person got your bank statement, a copy of a statement, they don't want a copy of a statement, even the receipt that you go to shop and purchase, and you know, you use a card and buy things, right? They can use that and take out all your money out of your account. They call it quoting, right? So a lot of people doesn't understand about scamming, right? So when they come and tell people this, they think to say, yes, everybody an idiot. So I'm trying to say to her though, no, that's not the way you sell property. Anyway, I guess to understand that the property that they are selling, there was 2 joint tenants on the property who passed away, right? These are the 2 owners of the property. The lady mother and the lady father who selling the property. Basically, I spoke to her this morning. I said to her, I said, if you're selling a property and you don't go through proper procedure, there's no way you can sell a property, right? Because if a tenant on the property that passed away and the name doesn't come off the title, the property cannot sell. Who is going to sign the title? Oh, are you buying the property? I say, yes, I'm buying the property. I want to know whose name is on the title that you're selling this property. And what she do is she hang up on me. So what I do, I block her and I block the agent because they are 2 scammers. So I'm putting out this video, right? People want to be careful or want to buying property from people in Jamaica, right? Be careful, right? Because you will buy this property and you don't own this property, right? So please be careful. I am out, and this is Chappie, the untouchable Chappie, record digital distribution from the United States of America. Okay, I am out.